Ken, you're acting really shady right now.
Shady? Wow, okay.
Julia, let's go cut the cake.
Angie, there's something you're not telling me. I feel it.
Julia, get it through your thick skull.
It's the new play, I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, and it's the story that's based on the New York Times best-selling book. It follows a Chicago teenager as she struggles to follow her dreams. The show is getting ready to open at the Greenway Court Theatre in the Fairfax district, and joining me now is Isaac Gomez, who adapted the book for the stage. Welcome, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, happy to be here.
Well, for those of us that haven't read the book, give us a little better idea of what the story is really about.
Yeah, so I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter tells the story of a 16-year-old Julia Reyes, who is an aspiring author born and raised in Chicago. And as she navigates, this isn't a spoiler because it happens right at the top of the book and the play, as she navigates the recent tragic death of her older sister.
Okay.
And as she does and goes through a typical coming-of-age story, we learn that her sister is not who she really thought she was.
Oh.
And her sense of self becomes more refined as she figures out more and more about who her sister really was.
Wow, and what drew you to this project?
Yeah, so I grew up on the border, on the U.S.-Mexican border, and the opening line to the book, I'll never forget. It is, what surprised me most about seeing my sister dead is the lingering smirk on her face. And there is something about the way Erika L. Sanchez, the brilliant novelist who writes about Julia and her mother in particular, that feels so akin to my mother and my relationship with her, that I immediately felt like she was reading pages out of my diary.
Wow. But when you take somebody amazing like this and you take her book and then you put it on the stage, there has to be a lot of pressure to live up to that book.
1000%. The pressure was serious. It was my first adaptation. It had its world premiere in Chicago at Steppenwolf Theater Company. And thankfully, Erika and I have become friends throughout this adaptation process. And so she really was my North Star and guiding light in trying to really take what in the book feels the most crucial to the story while simultaneously needing to dramatize it for theatrical purposes.
Yeah, and I know it's starting this weekend, but as you've been watching everyone get ready, and I mean, and you see it, is it just like warmed your heart to see that it has come to fruition? Every
time. This is technically the third production it's had. And with every production, as the play continues to get more refined, every single person who touches the play brings a sense of themselves to it, and I'm always learning something new.
Wow, well, it sounds amazing. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you.
And again, I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter opens this weekend at the Greenway Court Theatre in the Fairfax district, and you can find more information by just going to our website, kcomnews.com, and click Seen on TV.